Hello, Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to my video. So now let's continue on lesson learning outcome number 4, which is the light dependent reaction. So in this video, we will discuss on how electrons are being transferred to produce NADPH, the electron carrier in photosynthesis, and we will see how ATP synthesis work by using proton concentration gradient in chemiosmosis to generate ATP. So first of all, let's see a system that involved in light-dependent reaction. It is called photosystem. So photosystem composed of two complexes. Number one is the reaction center complex. Number two is the light harvesting complex. What you see here in this diagram is the cross-section of thylakoid membrane. In the middle of this diagram is the thylakoid membrane. Inner part of this membrane is the thylakoid space, and then the outer part of the membrane is the stroma. So photosystem is embedded in the membrane of thylakoid membrane. In the middle of the photosystem is the reaction center complex. So reaction center complex contain a special pair of chlorophyll A and a primary electron acceptor. And a reaction center complex is surrounded by the light harvesting complex. So light harvesting complex compose many accessory pigments molecule, for example chlorophyll B, carotenoid, that function to trap the light energy aka photon and transfer the energy to the chlorophyll A in a reaction center complex. There are two types of photosystem. This number one is the photosystem 2. In photosystem 2, the reaction center complex chlorophyll A is known as P6NO, which means the reaction center complex is best at absorbing wavelength of visible light at 680 nanometers. And number 2 is the photosystem 1. So the reaction center complex of photosystem 1 is known as P700, whereby it is best absorbing wavelength of visible light at 700 nanometers. In a light-dependent reaction, photosystem 2 will function first, and these two photosystems will work together and use photon, aka the light energy, to generate some ATP and NADPH. So how photosystem harvest light energy? So during light-dependent reaction, light harvesting complex will absorb the energy of photon, and the energy will be transferred from one pigment to another pigment until it excites the electron in the chlorophyll A. So energy of photon will excite the electron in chlorophyll A to the primary electron acceptor. So primary electron acceptor will accept the excited electron from chlorophyll A and reduce by gaining the excited electron. So during photosynthesis, what will we discuss is two processes. Process number 1 is the light-dependent reaction, and process number 2 is the Calvin cycle. So light-dependent reaction occurs in the thylakoid membrane. It takes place in the presence of sunlight. It needs sunlight as a source of energy, and then there will be splitting of water, whereby it produces oxygen as a byproduct, and there will be a reduction of NADP plus to NADPH and generate some ATP through chemiosmosis. While Calvin cycle, it occurs in the stroma. It forms sugar from carbon dioxide using ATP and NADPH, which are the products of light-dependent reaction. And Calvin cycle will begin with the carbon fixation, whereby carbon dioxide will be used from carbon dioxide to form organic molecules or sugar.